Grandma Nada's stories, Halima al-Sa'diyah, the Prophet's second mother. Abdul Salim. The night air was sweet with the scent of jasmine as the stars began to peek through the garden leaves. Grandma Nada sat on her favorite wooden bench, her colorful shawl wrapped around her shoulders. Rawan sat on the grass, resting her chin on her knees. "Grandma," Rawan whispered, "tell us a story about a woman from history, someone whose heart was so big it changed the world." Grandma Nada smiled, her eyes twinkling like the stars above. "I have the perfect story, Rawan. It is about a woman named Halima al-Sa'diyah." Nearby, Yusuf and Adam stopped their whispering and sat down on a soft outdoor rug. They didn't want to miss a single word. Halima belonged to the tribe of Banu Sa'd, Grandma Nada began. They lived in the vast, open desert where the air was pure and the language was beautiful. In those days, families in the city of Makkah would send their babies to the desert to grow up strong and healthy. Yusuf leaned in, fascinated. "Like a summer camp that lasts for years?" he asked. Grandma Nada nodded, gesturing toward the dark silhouettes of the garden bushes. "Exactly, Yusuf. But one year, the desert was very dry, and times were hard for Halima's family. She traveled to Makkah on a very slow, tired donkey, hoping to find a child to care for. While others looked for children from wealthy families, Halima's heart led her to a special baby named Muhammad. He was an orphan, and she chose to love him as her own, despite having so little herself." Rawan and Hoda scooted closer together, imagining the scene. "Was she worried, Grandma?" Hoda asked softly, clutching her teddy bear. Grandma Nada shook her head gently. Halima was a woman of great patience. The moment she took the baby Muhammad into her arms, a miracle happened. Her heart felt a peace she had never known, and she felt a surge of love that made her forget all her worries. She knew, right then, that this child was a blessing. And the blessings didn't stop there, Grandma Nada continued, pointing to a blooming flower nearby. As soon as Halima and the baby returned to the desert, her tired donkey became the fastest in the caravan. Her land, which had been dry and brown, turned lush and green. Her animals became healthy and full. Adam, can you imagine a garden growing even in the middle of a drought? That is what Halima's home became because of her kindness and the presence of the young prophet. Yusuf and Rawan looked around the garden, feeling the cool breeze. "She raised him in the desert for 5 years, Grandma said. She taught him the ways of the desert, how to be brave, how to speak clearly, and how to be kind to every living thing. She was patient when he was small and protective when he grew. She nurtured him with the same devotion a mother gives her own son. She became his second mother, a title he cherished for the rest of his life. Even after he grew up and returned to his mother in Makkah, the bond between them never broke," Grandma Nada told Hoda, taking the young girl's hand. Years later, when Muhammad had become the prophet of Allah, Halima came to visit him. "Do you know what he did, Hoda?" He stood up in respect, spread his own cloak on the ground for her to sit on, and called out with joy, "My mother! My mother!" He never forgot the woman who had nurtured him. Adam and Yusuf stood up, moved by the story of loyalty. "So she was loyal to him even when he was famous?" Adam asked. "Yes," Grandma Nada replied. "And she believed in his message of peace and faith. She saw the goodness in him when he was just a tiny baby, and she stayed loyal to that goodness her whole life. She showed us that nurturing a child with love is one of the greatest deeds a person can do." Huda tucked her head against Grandma Nada's shoulder. I want to be like Halima, she whispered. I want to be kind to everyone. Grandma Nada hugged her tight, the warmth of the family filling the garden. We can all be like her, Hoda. By being patient, by caring for those who have no one else, and by recognizing the blessings in our lives, we carry a piece of Halima's heart with us. Rowan and Adam looked up at the vast, twinkling sky. The garden felt like a magical place, just like the desert Halima had lived in so long ago. They realized that greatness wasn't just about being a hero in a battle, it was about the quiet, steady love of a mother and the loyalty of a friend. As the stars shone brightly above, the children felt a deep sense of peace, inspired by the story of the woman who raised a prophet.